guys, it's Lily
and Coco,
and welcome to our video for the week. We are doing another What Grinds Our Gears episode because, well, hell, we have a lot of things that that piss us off. So always.
So to start our episode off right, we just recorded another video talking about a new favorite band of mine that I discovered a couple weeks ago in Nashville. And my phone decided to malfunction while we were trying to play the song.
Cool.
So that's real cool. Real cool. My phone.
So besides little things like that, and when people don't get your orders right at restaurants, and when you clearly say no onions, and there's onions on your burger,
or what about that shit whenever you ask for something on there, and then would be a bunch of assholes, and no, it's there, but there's one.
Like a pickle or something?
Yes, I ask for pickles, or to add pickles to something, and I get a pickle, and then the butt off of a pickle. No, that's not pickles. That's not, you can't count that as pickles.
Well, I guess you did, if you did say pickle.
Oh,
it was just one. They took you literal.
Don't be that person.
So today, we're not going to talk about petty things, although I could get real petty up in here.
Real petty.
I could get super petty. We could talk about the bachelorette party. But we're not. We're not going to get petty. We're going to get a little more serious because there are things going on in this world that
we are super serious.
It's the most. People are being extra, like Donald Trump.
Oh my God.
He is being extra pickle today.
Extra. Okay, so we were going to try to hold off on the political stuff until closer to election day.
But hey, we did. Technically,
but we did. We did technically. Because we're closer. We're closer than we were a couple weeks ago when we wanted to talk about it before.
Yeah.
When everybody was doing all this stupid shit. But now I think we're ready, especially with there goes Lily's statements again. Especially with all of the locker room talk bullshit.
Okay, get out of here.
No.
If it's locker room talk or not, it's still talk, and it doesn't need to come out your mouth.
Okay, exactly. And regardless, if you thought you were being recorded or not, that's still not really a conversation that you're supposed to have with someone that is going to be possibly interviewing you or having you on a show. That's not appropriate anyway.
Not a good way to uphold your reputation.
No.
So, but I guess you're doing something right there, Donald, because people still like you.
And really, that doesn't say a whole lot for...
Damn it, Cat!
Right? Kitty K, get up off the camera, dude. So... And that really doesn't say a whole lot for him personally. It just says a lot for the people that want him in office.
Sorry, but what are you doing? And here's something else that grinds my gears. When I make fun of Trump on Facebook, I think people just assume that means I'm pro-Hillary and I'm voting for her. Or then people say it's not like the other candidates any better. Bitch, we know that. We know
That's why we're not voting for either one of them.
And you don't have to vote for them. There's more than two.
That's another thing that grinds my gears, is that people don't understand that there's more than two choices.
And voting
there's
for third party,
4 or 5.
Yeah, voting for third party does not mean you're giving the other candidate a vote, because people say, Hillary supporters say that about Trump. They say a third party is like a vote for Trump, and you don't want that. And then vice versa, people. That's not what that means.
No.
I'm sorry.
No. A vote for a third party. Because everyone tries to, go back to the whole Nader thing. And that's the whole reason why Bush was in office, was because people voted for Nader instead of Al Gore. And, okay, if that was the case, whatever. But still, there were enough people that voted for him that it mattered. It made a difference. It may not have been the difference that you guys wanted, but it did make a difference.
But we have to start somewhere.
Exactly.
Do you really want either one of these people in office? Sit down and really think about it.
Yeah.
Is this who you really want as our nation's leader? Because it's not who I want. No. And if I want to vote for someone else other than the two, I can. And it doesn't mean it's a vote for any of the other one.
Exactly.
That's not what it means.
I went through this whole process. I was voting for Bernie.
Yeah.
And I voted for Bernie.
Hang on.
So that was what? Do we need chocolate? Or are we upset about Bernie right now? So I voted for Bernie. And so this shit is not my fault. it's not my fault that, okay, regardless of what you think, that freaking nomination was stolen from him. I mean, plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I would have to say about that. But the only
when
candidate,
I get stressed, I eat.
the only candidate that is even close to having the same views as Bernie is Jill Stein. And I think she's a very valid candidate, and she would be a very good replacement for Hillary, especially if you're voting for Hillary just because she has a vagina. Like, that's not really a reason to
We
vote
have
for
vaginas
somebody.
too, and we don't like her. And guess what? Like, we can still live to tell the tale. You don't have to like Hillary just because she's a woman, people. You really don't.
Right.
I don't understand.
And another thing that bothers me so much about the whole Trump thing is that people keep saying, like, he is a Christian just because he doesn't believe in abortion.
But he believes in sexual assault.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
that's any better.
Exactly. I mean, he's openly talking about raping women. Well, not raping, but sexually assaulting and groping and touching them in inappropriate ways.
And he said some pretty lewd things about his own daughter. Like,
Yeah, that's real gross.
if she wasn't his daughter, he would date her or
Yeah,
whatever
no,
it was
and
he
that's
said.
there's something wrong with you. I mean, if he was like any other person on the street that said shit like that, you would arrest them. So don't sit there and act like it's okay for him to say it just because he's a candidate or because he's a billionaire.
Yeah, and guys, just because it's locker room talk, like, you're just normalizing how men act. You're giving them an excuse, and that's not okay.
I mean, you're essentially contributing to rape culture.
Yeah.
If you dismiss that as locker room talk, then you're part of the problem. And that's like the thing is I saw a post on Facebook that was like, when people refer to what Trump said as locker talk, that's the reason why we have people in the world like Brock Turner.
it's
and
exactly
why,
right.
And why people like Brock Turner's dad thinks that what he did to that unconscious, can't give permission woman 20 minutes of action.
And I don't care how she was dressed. She did not ask for that. Like, I don't know if that's been, like, said how she was dressed. But that's another thing that comes up in rape culture. Like,
and a lot of it is like,
that
how
you
drunk
asked
are you?
for it.
Like, how drunk were you? And, okay, like, the way I see it is like, okay, if you're both drunk, you're both equally the amount drunk, there's really no fault on the other person if you have sex. You're both, like, compromised. You're both, incoherent, and you can't.
Yeah, there's a
you can't
line that can be drawn. It's not always.
You can't make the decision. Yeah, it's
the
not
woman
always.
is not always the victim.
Exactly.
We both are in agreement with that.
Exactly. And
But most of the time,
if the guy's like a little tipsy and the girl is unconscious, blackout drunk,
there's a difference.
and she can't tell you, yes, this is okay, then yes, that is rape or sexual assault.
Yeah.
That's not okay. Yes, you were both drinking, but you were not both drinking to the same extent. And if you were both drinking and that girl just happened to get dosed with some Rohypnol or something like that, then that's the same freaking thing. She was given something that made her unconscious. I mean, that's why they call it, like the date rape drug, is because that's what people do.
And do you really want someone leading our country who could be all about doing that to somebody else?
Exactly.
Is that what you want?
He's already going to court over it. He already has a case against
Like
him.
this
for
week, he has
cases
a hearing.
of sexual assault.
And I mean, I'm sorry, but Clinton is not any better. She's a lying crook.
No.
Like, I'm not voting for her either. Just because I post stuff about Trump does not mean that I'm in favor for Hillary Clinton. I don't like either one of them. I don't like our options. I think we need to try again. I think the country just needs to be single
And
for a little while.
really, if the people voting for like third party and stuff like that, and we don't get enough people for that candidate to actually win, at least they would get enough votes that it would make them a relevant party, where they would get government funding and where they would get access to the debates and everything else that comes along with being a Democrat or Republican candidate. They're going to have access to the same things. And really, if there aren't enough of us to vote to change the outcome of the election, we can at least change the way that the next election will go.
Exactly. So I think that about sums up what we need to say. Because there's been a lot of people posting this like freaking everywhere, and it's driving me up the wall. But before we go, I want to say Happy National Coming Out Day to all my LGBT friends, and I don't know if I have any family that are, but hey, if you are, that's great. I mean, I fall on that spectrum, so I wish myself a Happy National Coming Out Day. But that's important to talk about too, because you know we also need a leader who is an ally. We need an ally in this country that is going to lead our country. We need that more than anything. So,
and honestly, I don't see that either one of them are allies of the LGBT
I mean,
community.
Hillary does a lot of talk that
Exactly.
she is about like with the minorities and with women, but have you heard her say have you heard her speak any platform about LGBT?
The only thing that I have seen her do is that now all of a sudden she has switched her position regarding gay marriage and LGBT rights, because just a few years ago she didn't support them at all. So now that she had to be viable for this election and have people actually vote for her, now she's switching her sides. And that's another thing that kind of aggravates me about like the people that I do have in my life that are LGBT, is that they act like I'm doing something wrong because I don't want to vote for Hillary. Well, I'm trying to do the same thing that you're doing. I'm trying to get someone in office that is actually going to fight for your right
exactly
to live a life that you deserve.
Yes.
And I mean, that's Jill Stein. I mean, she is the closest thing to Bernie that we're gonna get. She follows almost every single thing of his platform, and
there's still hope. I'm still hanging on by a thread. If people would just listen and just do your research, I think that we have hope. So anyway, we got really somber.
yeah.
Shit.
This isn't as a big like F everybody.
This
grind
was
your
like
gears,
supposed to be a rant.
Yeah, and this is more like I feel sorry for our.
I'm just like stuck, y'all. Like I'm scared. I'm like I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what like when me and Tommy do have children, like what's gonna happen.
Well, and I already have a
Exactly.
child that I have to worry like
exactly. So
what's
I
gonna
can't
happen.
imagine how you feel right now. Like okay, so.
So anyways, this was like a grind your gears kind of like fuck our country kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
So yeah, we'll stay tuned because we are planning a Talon Falls trip.
Yes.
Hopefully very soon.
Hopefully this weekend, and we're gonna vlog the shit out of it. So
Yes.
you'll get to see us act like fools.
If you don't have us on social media already, follow us on Facebook, Lily and Coco, Instagram and Snapchat, Lily Coco Podcast. I'll post all that down below. Go watch our other video, the band Jet Black Alley Cat.
Yes.
That is a tongue twister. But go check them out. Go check out our other video and all of our other videos and our Buzzsprout account with all of our other podcasts.